Hello everyone, here I am after having to return my vehicle, or whatever you want to call it, to Hertz rental program with Uber. After about 2 months of dealing with their BS, I just could not take it anymore. I decided to better be on my foot until I can get a car by myself than keep dealing with their BS. Hertz rental program with Uber here in Orlando, Florida is a robbery, is a money grab, but a really big one. It is a abuse. Hertz is abusing their power with the Uber drivers. They are giving us cars that are not good to be on the road, especially me. The car they gave me had over 150,000 miles on it. Okay, it was 2001 Nissan Rogue. It looked decent, but as soon as I started driving it, I started experiencing multiple problems. They had enough number for you to call them, so you had to go there, make an appointment, and wait for hours to be assisted by an MF that doesn't care about nothing, and they just would not help you. They would not change the car for me. So I had to, either turn it back or deal with it. So at the first time I went there, I think it was like a week after I got it, and the car was just like shaking on the highway and things like that. I think I started getting the engine light coming on, things like that. So I tried to get a different car, and they say no, I had to wait 3 weeks, I think, something like that, for me to change the car. I was like, okay, I think I can deal with it. So after I wasted a day going there, tried to change the car, they say that to me, and I was like, okay. But then no later after that, I got a charge on my account for like $100 for hair tolls. I was like, what? At the beginning, I wasn't able to activate the toll tag on my car. I spent like 5 days without using the tag, and I went a few times through the toll. And yeah, I know I went a few times through the toll, but like they charged me $30 for toll and like $60, $50 for a fee, like a convenience fee. And I was like, what? But like after that, I was using the toll tag, and I was keeping up with the payment. And then I got another charge on my account for like $110. It was like $40 in tolls and like $60 in convenience fee. And then I was going crazy. I was like, yo, it's really hard for us to make that money, and these people are just taking money from my account like that. And it wasn't even Hertz, supposedly. It was like a third-party company that Hertz used to deal with the tolls. And I was like, I called immediately after the first time, and there was this person that was saying, oh yeah, she asked me to send them the statements for the tolls. I sent them out of that. They took like 2-3 weeks to get back to me, and then they was offering me like 48 cents in return. They say no, all the charges are valid and this and that, through an email. It just blew my mind. I had to make a claim with my bank, saying I got some fraudulent transactions. And then, you know, I was just going crazy. The car keep having problems. Like the second week, I had to take the car for an oil change. So I went to take the car for an oil change, and it took me like a whole day because they had to do all their maintenance on the car, like rotating the tires and changing I don't know what. So I had to spend like a whole day at the mechanic, and on top of that, I had to pay Hertz for that day. They didn't give me a discount or nothing. All right, so I was like, yo, these people are insane, fucking insane. And then, okay, it was like 2 or 3 weeks after I got the car, and then after that, the car just keep giving me issues with the engine light coming on, keep shaking on the highway. And then when I was turning the car on, it was like giving me some issues to turn on. I was just like, man. Then I went back to Hertz and again, but right there when I went back the last time, I had like 6-7 weeks or more, and I was like, you know, I need another car. This car is having so much problems. And all they told me was like, oh, you just take it to the mechanic to see what problems the car have, and then we'll go from there. And I was like, this is crazy. You know, the car I have broke down, so I didn't want to be without a car. So I was like, okay, let me at least try and take it to the mechanic. And then when I took it to the mechanic just told me, take this car back to them. That's how many issues the car had. And I was like, that's what I did. I took the car back to them, and they didn't want to give, they say that they don't have any more cars to give me, you know. And then I was like, oh, well, they say, oh, you can take it back to fix it. We pay for the repairs, and or you can return the car. And I said, you know what? I will return the car right now. Because on top of me having to take the car to the mechanic shop, they wanted me to pay for the days that the car will be in the mechanic shop. And I was like, these people are out of their mind. Way out of their mind. They have 1.7 stars reviews on Google, like hundreds of 1-star reviews. And the big problem is that this is the only option Uber give us when we want to rent a car to drive with Uber. This is the only freaking option we had. There's no other option with Hertz. And it was my first time trying it, so I just got caught on it. You know, but this is insane. And then after I returned the car to them, they charged me for 2 extra days. They charged me for 2 extra days after the car broke up. After the car broke down. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. But that's not everything, guys. That's not everything. Just today I got an email from Hertz Toll, the third-party toll agency that deals with Hertz. We are charged over $145, something like that, for extra tolls. Even though I've been paying the tolls on the app, the Zoom Pass or whatever, like every single day. That's what I had to deal with. I don't think they will be seeing that money from me. Fuck Hertz. But yeah, that's the experience I have here in Orlando. Uber, I don't know who can reach out to Uber. I don't know how can we do something about it, because I believe so many more people has been screwed with that program. And that's very unfair. Nobody should have to deal with it. When we go to rent a car to these people, it's because we have issues, because we don't have a car, and because we need to make money, and they are not letting us make any money. They want to keep it all for themselves. I was paying $320 a week for that piece of crap. So I didn't have like much money left after all the payments and the gas and everything else. That is totally insane. It shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't let that happen. And I hope there is something we can do about it.